Good morning, folks. This is the latest from the Scientific Visualization Lab at Goddard. This is NASA showing us the solar-induced land plant fluorescence across the globe. Indonesian fires have been a big story this summer. We're beginning to have before and after comparison images. Also looking at major wildfires in Norway. There are a number of plankton articles listed below. An astrobiology article called Infinite Plankton sparked this curiosity, and you will enjoy the reading if at all interested in the topic. No major shaking at the moment. We are 3 days past our last six-pointer. As you'll remember, the quake watch ended about that time. Major biological hazard update. You'll remember pollution and algae have killed 300 pelicans, hundreds of manatees, thousands of fish, and various bird species, as we've reported over the last few weeks. But now the dead dolphin count has hit 54, and they're finding multiple deadly strains in the waterway. East Coast, Gulf, and Caribbean. All relatively calm, relatively compared to the eastern Atlantic, where Tropical Storm Dorian is named and headed in to say hello. The models are in general agreement about the direction, but we're yet to have a consensus enough to gauge if and where and when the U.S. will see landfall. The east and northeast Caribbean will likely not avoid that storm. Tasmania, shooing one set of precipitation onto the South Island of New Zealand, while Perth seems to have set up the Winter Weather Welcome Center on the southwest of Australia. That same low in Europe isn't moving very fast, but still causing deadly heat where it yanks north just east of the front, and that convergence just west of it pops up significant thunderstorms. We also have tropical development south of Mexico, but notice how her energy and moisture are lost to the north in a beeline towards the U.S. southwest drought zone. She's being cannibalized by a more forceful low-pressure cell in the southwest, a couple of them actually, strong enough to put that drive on the wind and converge warm moisture with drier, cool air to create the watch zones this evening as she moves slightly east. Solar wind is calm at the moment. Density is between 1 and 10 protons, arriving at 300 to 350 kilometers per second. Plasma temperature holding well beneath 100,000 Kelvin. You will remember yesterday that we expected a coronal hole stream, and we are still waiting for that today, perhaps into tonight. Flaring is picking up slightly, still nothing major, with the large cresting spots in decay. We actually see a bit developing in terms of new spots behind the southern primary active region. Evidence of magnetic mixing exists on the northern portion of the southern lead, might become delta today. The incoming spot on the north appears benign. You remember the umbral field popped open 2 nights ago? Yesterday she closed right back up again. The coronal hole situation is similar to yesterday, but finally, a shift with the planetary connection. One connectivity point jumped to the next coronal hole, whose impact we're expecting in the solar wind soon, with the remaining 9 and primary connectivity still hanging on to the departing opening. We can see the surface features shift as the dark coronal holes are entering from the left, top and bottom. It will be interesting to see if we get that delta spot today. Planet watchers, a point of geometry as Earth is geocentrically opposed by Venus and Neptune tonight. And of course, we still have that loosely aligned Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Earth, and even Pluto nearing a shared plane to one side of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. It's 6:55 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.